So we create NFS at the operating system level, and I'm not using networking, I'm doing it all on loopback addresses. A backup as image, create a parameter file and control file, and we've now got scripts available to do that. It was harder with 11G, I can assure you, but we can do it for you with 11G, and we can in effect write the CloneDB script. Rename the files using that package, open reset logs, done. Of course you have to monitor the space occupied, because as time goes by, your clone is going to take up more space. Because never forget that when you do a simple ls-l, or ls-lh, Unix is lying to us. These are created as what are called sparse files. They are sparse files, and only if we do that do we see the actual space being occupied. So never forget that the clone is going to increase in the background, and you may well hit file system full problems that you were not expecting. So monitor the space usage. But as many times as possible, get clones as you wish, all running off the same backup. Now, lastly, just a few limitations. 11.202 is when this came in, but 11.202, I won't say it was clunky, it was manual. The direct NFS ODM library must be enabled. Simply copy it in. I have to say, I wonder why it isn't enabled by default. I can see no downside to using the NFS library. You don't have to have your files on an NFS device. You can have files on local devices, and the NFS driver will still function, no problem at all. So the NFS library can read both local storage and NFS storage, whereas the standard ODM's library cannot read the NFS devices. All your clones must be able to see the backup. The backup, by the way, does not have to be on NFS. It can be on any form of storage you happen to have available, except ASM. Clones can be different machines, or they can run the same machine the source as I am. If you damage that one backup, all the clones will be broken. So that does become a single point of failure for all your clones, because there is only one master copy of the data. The private data to each clone is only change blocks. Point at the bottom here that I do want to highlight, performance tuning. Now, tuning SQL is no problem at all. A clone database is perfect for tuning SQL. You can run you can run the statements, get your execution plans out, do everything you want for tuning SQL on a clone, no problem at all. Actually benchmarking a workload, that wouldn't be fair. That would not be a fair test, because there could be many clones hitting the original copy of the data. But for tuning SQL, not an issue. But if you were going to say, perhaps if you bought the real application testing option, it would not be fair to run database replay against a clone that was created in this fashion, whereas the SQL Performance Analyzer would be no problem at all.